Oh good, another dream. I'm sure that another set of revelations can only make things better.
I told you we missed Ronnie.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss Emily more.
Nothing wrong with having a favourite. But yeah, Leah's subconscious makes a good point. We did kind of agree that we were going to run Gaia's Garden with Emily. So, okay, we maybe didn't have the best day yesterday. Let's maybe get things back on track.
I mean, it would be hard for us to have a worse day than yesterday, so it's got that going for it.
I guess even when you're an AI, a good sleep can put some things a bit more in perspective. Good to know that's such a universal fact. Anyway, I guess we really are fine now. The music's come back and everything. More importantly, we can just run straight to the building and go and get that done without having to worry about her having to spend several screens arbitrarily puzzling. This definitely is an occasion in which the game flies a little bit close to the deliberately, ironically bad design some. There is no amount of this making sense in context that manages to distract from, like, maybe some of the stuff wasn't great to actually have people do. It's a timeless dilemma in video games. Now, obviously, the first thing that we have to do in here is literally even more of the exact same stuff that we've been doing for the last several days in-game, lest we forget.
Now, surely, you're not telling me that you think that maybe this is a little much, starting to get a little old?
I think the enemy variety in this could have used some work. Most other places have like 5 or 6 enemies. Then again, this is definitely a new enemy, it's just, you know, also level 60 again.
Yeah, it also appears to be, half a rhinoceros?
Yes! That is exactly what it is. The big deal with this guy, unlike the dice guy, is that this guy actually will move around the room a lot and charge at you. Like, he will just rampage around, even if he's not actually targeting you. It's quite likely that you'll wind up in his line of fire at some point, and surprisingly enough, a big number comes out of you when he hits you.
Gonna be honest, that's a smaller number than I was expecting. This guy looks like the kind that would have hit you for like once for like 3/4 of your HP.
God damn it, Lucas.
Beginning to get some Final Fantasy Tactics Advance vibes here.
Yeah. There are, kind of getting dangerously close to considering some, things here that maybe aren't the greatest to be thinking about. Oh well. Above all else, remember that we're fine. Not only are we fine, this is fine, and everything is going normally. Definitely don't think about the implications of any of this. The game makes a big deal of telegraphing a point of no return here. It's like, hey, make sure you get stuff done because this is going to be a one-way trip. And it's fair enough, games should telegraph points of no return as a general rule, but on the flip side, why would anybody not immediately get the hell out of this place? Like, on multiple levels, there is literally no reason to stay here.
It doesn't even look like even with all the exploration we did, we even could get anything there.
Anyway, I have until this point kept up a pretty solid cadence of 1 day in the Vermilion Wastelands per video, but for reasons that I think you're going to forgive, I am going to take the opportunity to break this pattern now in order to prevent us from having a 10-minute episode. Because I feel like, for as much that's great about this part of the game, it is just a tiny bit destructive to pacing. I mean, of a Let's Play series anyway.
I can't believe that this guy would just reveal my big LP secrets just fucking out in the open like this.
Man, imagine having somebody else do the majority of the talking in all your videos. That's just a galaxy brain move. I can't relate to it at all.
Well, you look familiar.
Can we talk about your fashion sense, though? Sergey, do you think you could, like, now of all times, please just be a tiny bit direct? I'm literally begging you. Yes, Lucas, once again, I have to tell you that there is literally no reason to want to stay here. The good news is that because I was so fastidious about exploration earlier, we've already unlocked the shortcut that lets us get up here. It's just a matter of literally remembering which way to run when you get onto the building. But if you hadn't done that, then you would be required to go and fully explore this area now.
So, if you miss chests or something, and you complete this area, are you actually locked out of them, or will we at some point have the opportunity to come back? Although, God only knows why you'd want to.
So yeah, you will eventually be able to get those chests again. None of the chests in this game are permanently missable. So yeah, this would be that gate there is the reason that we can't come up here earlier. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our brief foray into stealth mechanics when we arrived here, because, well, we're doing it for real now. We even have special music for it and everything.
Wow, these vision cones are exceptionally forgiving.
Yeah. It is, this whole thing is PS1 Metal Gear as fuck.
Man, I think even the Genome soldiers had better vision than this.
Yeah, I think they had, like, literally some peripheral vision, not very much. Also, like, I feel like it does bear pointing out, these are literally robots. It is a little bit less incongruous for them to have worse perception capabilities than a human doing the same job. Just throwing that one out there. Anyway, what if we had a stealth section, but also threw in some puzzles?
This sounds like you're starting to creep dangerously close to, I don't know. I'm not feeling this one.
Anyway, yes, the guards cannot detect balls passing in front of them. Anyway, we could go on and complete this area, but there's a chest here. And these guys might not have any peripheral vision, but they don't like you getting close and behind them. They can still detect you that way, so we're gonna have to come up with a better way of getting past that guy.
Well, you know, that's great. You know, I that's what this section was really missing, because everybody knows that the best part of games that don't have stealth suddenly deciding they're stealth games is instantly getting caught and failing.
Yeah. The good news is that, just because of the structure of the thing, retrying is still pretty snappy. Like, it does not even take 20 seconds to get through this room. It's kind of always that way in CrossCode. Like, pretty much every single thing in it that is basically just a thing that MMOs do is quicker in CrossCode, because CrossCode is an action game. You can just run through areas, you can do everything quickly. There is stuff in it that occupies your time, but it occupies so little of your time that you can just breeze through it and it's fine.
Same, Leia, same.
Like, one of those things that if you hang around with me for long enough, or indeed if you are in enough Let's Play videos with me, you will eventually hear me say that players will forgive pretty much anything in a game if it doesn't take up very much of their time. And, well, here we are. Honestly, this fight is a more egregious game design violation than pretty much anything else in the stealth section around it. Not just the fact of how long it goes on, but the fact that it's even here in the first place. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit in the pacing, it doesn't fit in the lore. Like, this isn't raising any alarms. This whole thing is just weird and out of place, and it goes on for like 3 fucking waves. Like, come on.
Okay, but what
I know
if
I'm supposed to be the CrossCode defender, but come on.
But what if we made sure that you really knew how to fight the viruses?
There is that. That is the one justification for these things being as prevalent as they are.
We're going to ignore that you would have had to have actively fought a lot of viruses to get to this point. I mean, just in the last, like, 2 videos, there were, like, 7 or 8 mandatory fights against them. But, you know, It's better to be safe than sorry.
Actually, I don't think any of the fights except, like, one of the trial buildings had a fight right outside, which we needed to do in order to see Leah have a little breakdown. Both of them had a fight inside that had a lot of viruses, but none of the other viruses outside are actually mandatory unless you go exploring and you get locked in with one of them. But, like, how hard could it have been for there just to be a little bit where Lucas is like, hey, there are these enemies here, here's how you fight them, and maybe even demonstrates for you. Like, I'm all for organic game design without any, like, blatant tutorials. This game is normally really good at that, and I love it for that. But, like, sometimes there's a time to be blunt. And I feel like this could have been done very bluntly.
Probably should have been done very bluntly, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's not like I don't understand that, yeah, they really want to make absolutely sure that you know how to fight these viruses, but, like, come on. It's the whole thing. Anyway, one thing that I actually am going to be the CrossCode defender about is that for all the weird, obvious video gamey artificiality of it, I do actually quite like the stealth section. Like, it's good. It's got good puzzles, it's got good mechanics that work and are consistent. It's snappy, it's interesting, it doesn't waste your time. except for when it stops being a stealth section and has a big fight in it for some reason. And it even is nice enough to very obviously telegraph that it is now over. Now once again, I cannot stress how normal this is. Also, I think the game should have just let you run down there.
Yeah, if you
It's not like you actually can get back.
Well, yeah, no, it definitely should have just let you walk out and get caught there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just think of the content.